Hey everybody and welcome. What I'm going to be doing right now is going over a tutorial, right? This is in Spline, so it's going to go from beginner to an intermediate and with a little bit of expert in the mix. Spicy, I know. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3D vector animation, and we are going to make that have an animation on hover. And we're going to be going to get this image here from one of our brothers who are selling stickers, really cool stickers. We've bought some of these and we put them on the back of our laptops. So do get these, they're pretty good. Not promoting anything from them. Well, I am promoting them, but this is what I'm going to be using to give credit to them. Their name here is Balthazar, so that's their Etsy profile. So I'm going to be using this as a sketch, right? To sketch. So let's go here. And so the basic plan for Spline, and I'm not promoting Spline. Well, I am promoting it, but I'm not getting any commission from it. It is free. You can use it for free, and you can have 2 editors there, as it says, 1 team project, unless you want to upgrade to the super plan. And you have unlimited file reviews, unlimited personal files. Amazing software. And since I already have like a background in editing and animation, especially with Cinema 4D, this program is spot on. It's really good. So let's get to that. And so let's go and create. So first we're gonna, you're gonna see some of my animations here. We're gonna go to new file. It's gonna be loading, and of course you're gonna get a lot of presets here, but we don't need them. Bam. And to change the background, because right now it's gray, what we're going to do is right here we're going to go to scene, and in background color we're going to change that to a little lighter gray so we can see what we're working with, right? And this rectangle, we will be needing it. The reason why, because we're going to make this our little template where we're going to have our image to trace from. So to do that, we're going to go to materials here, and we're going to add a plus, and we're going to go to here, color, the drop down, and you go to image, and it's going to turn to an image template. Then from there, you click on this square right here, and it's going to take you to the presets, right? And we're going to upload our own image here. You can generate with AI, but that's with the super one, really good. So let's go and do that. So I'm going to put in Yahuah, and it should be here, Yahuah sticker, right? And then we open, and it's going to open here, and bam, there we have it. The image is right here. So what are we going to do with this, you ask? Well, we're going to make this 3D. Awesome, right? Glory to Yahuah. So this is going to be a beginner to intermediate, as I said. So even then, it's still really good advice to just go along with it. From what we're going to do with here is, since we already have this picture here, we can rename this. I highly recommend renaming these things, like Yahuah sticker image, so we can separate them. And we're going to have this light. We can turn it off. We don't need it right now. The light is basically what's going to give the reflection from the image, but since this is an uploaded image, it doesn't really reflect light unless you add some sort of colors in the where is it, the materials section here in the materials, unless you make it reflect with something. So other than that, what we need to do first, of course, is go back, and in our export settings, one of the things that's really, really important is go into the settings, and you're going to always choose this first scene first, because this is where it's going to go first. You're going to choose, for right now we're going to use personal camera, and then we're going to switch it to the render camera, which basically is going to have the camera that's going to show the scene, right? We use a personal camera only to edit. Logo, of course, always promote the logo. Background, you can even hide it. And this is also when it's going to be exported to wherever you're going to export it, as an image, video, website, thumbnails, whatever it be. Orbit, we can leave that on. Pan, remove it, because pan, basically what it is when you kind of scroll over the image, it can go all the way to the stratosphere, as per se. Zoom, we don't want them to zoom. So no, we don't need zoom. Soft orbit, yes, you can even remove this orbit if you want to and just leave the soft orbit. It's pretty okay. Here you can put 1, or you can just disable this. Disable pan, zoom, no, page scroll, yes. So that means that it's gonna scroll. If you don't enable this, what's gonna do, it's gonna lock it wherever you are at. So unless you're doing an image or a video, some sort of integration, it should be fine. So other than that, I just make sure to turn that on. And on hover, I'm going to turn this on basically and put this at 10 and sensitivity and damping at 10. Wait, you can just leave it at 1.5. So what that does is basically when it's hovering, it's going to make the image kind of like shift around. So let me show you. It's going to do not export here. Yeah, we have the personal camera on there, so we can't do that right now. So basically what it does, it just hovers where you have your mouse. It's gonna go this way or it's gonna go that way. So back to the export settings. So now that we updated this and we made sure that this is all good, and these are just orbit limits that you can add in case you want to make it different. But for right now, we're just gonna be updating the profile image. Bam. Public URL, sorry. So it's updated. There we go. You can share it with your family, friends, whatever you want. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trace this, and we're going to make it into an object or like a model. So by doing that, we're going to click here and vector. What a vector is basically you're going to create a path. So it basically stands for, vectors are something that you can extend or scale as it goes. It never loses quality. It's really good if you're designing like right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna trace this. See how we have the little what is this, pen tool? Yes, pen tool. So here we can choose shapes: rectangle, circle, so you can make a circle, you can make a triangle, a torsion triangle, pentagon, or you can just select something, and this is actually to bend it. So we're going to be using the bending tool and the pen tool right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the corner here where it's black, boom, and then we're going to go down here, there, then go to this one, go all the way here to this little corner right there, go to this one here, and you see it's already creating some stuff. So it's already creating the path. And then we just trace this along, and it's coming to life. Bam, bam, boom, 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 boom. And bam. There we go. So now what we're going to be doing is using the bending tool. This one's very effective. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift it around so we can find the proper length for this. So let's go bend this tool here, bend it this way, and depending on where you bend it, so if you grab the other one, which is the one behind it, let's make it this a little bigger, this one right here, you can now shift this around and trace this image and make it align with this. We're going to fix this in a bit, and we're just trying to adjust this. And so when you spread it like that, it's going to create like this circle. Like, see, it's curved. See what I mean? Right there, bam, and boom. And then we go to this one, and then we do the same thing, and then we create this image right there, boom. We do this, boom, and now we go here and we shift that over as well, and there we go. And then we go to this one and we just round this one as well, bam, and then this one we round it as well. There we go, just a slight bend. Here we're gonna go and trace it like that, and these you can move around. So if you say, you know what, I want to move this around, you definitely can. So don't worry about that. Just move it around where it fits. There's no worries. We can always fill these in and then put them there where the corner is, where it ends, the endpoints, and excuse me. And from here, we're just gonna align these so that they are all in unison with the black. You can do the gold part if you want, but right now we're just doing the black part. And if you say, you know what, I need another pen tool here, you're free to do so. Add it right there and go back to the move tool, and then boom, there we go. We're adding all the little pen tools here. We're gonna add one right here so we can fill it up. Bam, and boom. And now we just move them, align these. It's a lot simpler than you might think, but we're just aligning stuff right now with the move tool here, which is, it's good to have the knowledge on what these are, and then we just go here and then just align them again. There we go. And then we can move this one over here, right there. Beautiful. And then this one, we do it this way, bam. This one as well, do we do this? By the way, with these animations, you can create almost anything 3D. You can make anything 3D. That's awesome, because you know, you've heard of Blender. Some might heard of Blender, some might not, and it's really good in the way that it could just shift around to create such easy graphics here, and just align these how they are. See, now we just align this again, and see how it's showing up like so good. It's so good. And then we're just adjusting all of these, right? Let's go here, make this round, and there we go. We can pull this one around here too, make it a little bit thinner, right about there. And then this one, make it a little straighter like that. So the way that these turn a little bit more round is when you pull them in, it kind of makes them bend towards like a straight bend, which is to me very convenient. And there we go. This one we're gonna have to bend a little bit more just because it's on the round side, and then we just move this one around too, and bam. We're gonna move it though, so this one we're gonna move a little slightly down, so right here, and this one we're gonna move here, so that now we can bend this side, and see, bam, it's covering that side now, and then we move this one and it's covering that side. So now these are rounded, and we have our vector image. Now let's go to this one and just make that one a little better. Of course, to scroll, you just need to use the little 2 fingers to scroll. I want to go into as much detail as I can. Make this a little smaller, and there we go. Make this one go to the side a little bit. It doesn't need to be as perfect as long as it does what it's supposed to, because some are different in the way that they're being presented. So this one doesn't need to be exactly the way, because there's some that are like more straight, they're more diagonal. People would prefer the diagonal ones more because they're a lot easier to do, but I like to struggle. Okay, so let's just adjust this here, bam. So we have our vector image for the yod completed. So what we're gonna do now is, we have the shape here. We're gonna put here yod, which is kind of like a Y sound, right? But it's just a yod. We're gonna do that, the yod, so that we don't get them confused. And there we have it. We have the yod ready to go. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get the yod. We're gonna double click it, and it's gonna show these again. We're gonna go on the plus, and there's someone outside, it seems. So we're gonna do the plus. So you just double click it, and now we're gonna go here to where it says the viewport, the state, the events, position, scale, and rotation. Amazing. So now we're gonna go to shape, and this is where the blessing happens. That I was gonna say something else, wouldn't you? And so now, okay, sorry. Before we switch it around, we're gonna go to option. If you have a computer, it's option. I don't know, for Windows it's Alt, and then you hold Alt or option, and then you go to the side and you turn it. You see how it's right there? Awesome, right? So I know it's amazing. So you can see it right there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move the subdivisions a little down. We don't need that many subdivisions because the more polys, the worse. So polygons, what they are basically is the more you have, the slower it is. So to optimize it, you have to have less subdivisions because your animation might not be in show up sometimes. So corners, you can round them if you want, but you don't need to. We don't need that. But we're gonna use the extrusion. So extrusion, we're gonna level up. Bam. So let's go back to the options and go back to where it is. And you see it's 3D. It's in the 3D phase. You probably can't see it because of how it's looking. So I'm just gonna zoom out, get the image, go into isometric mode, and it's gonna go to the side. Boom. You just go back. And now you go to reset. Boom. It's gonna reset it again. You can zoom in again. And then you have this 3D image. You can go again and see how it's looking, and it's looking really good, and it's looking 3D. So this is the amazing part. So we're gonna bevel these sides. So what it's gonna do is bevel. It's like gonna round the edges from the corners or the vertices. No, not the vertices. The edges. Yeah, the edges. And it's not gonna touch the vertices as much, but it's gonna leave the faces untouched. So now let's go and don't move this one too much. We're gonna put 0.5. There we go. And then in bevel sides, we don't really need to touch this. We can leave it at 3. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add some material. This is what's gonna make it pop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add, see, it already changed because we already added a color. So this is already over all the other things, right? We can always switch the light up or we can put it down, but we don't care about the light right now. We click on here, and so we can show depth. Click on depth. Boom. It looks like nothing right now. It just kind of looks like white with black. So yes, it does look like that. So now we're gonna click on the white, and we can change the colors now. We can make it into a red, we can make it into a blue, but I want to make it into a purple, a dark purple. Awesome. Perfect. And now this black here, we're gonna change it into white, but we're gonna switch these over. So hold on, we're gonna make this into linear. So it's getting the zone here, see? So this one, you pull it in, and this one you pull it in too. So now it's gonna get the colors of those gradients. And there we go. We have a vector with a little color. It's like, it doesn't look so good way. Hold on. Now we're gonna add Fresno. Fresno is this one. So Fresno basically adds a rim of like, it's like a gloss, kind of like a glossiness. Yeah, gloss. Boom. There you see. It's gloss. It's like makes it shine. But what we're gonna do with this is, you can try these out, but there's normal, multiply, screen, and overlay. But we're gonna use overlay because this one's over depth. So we're gonna use overlay because it's gonna give it the material that we need. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to Fresno, and we can move the scale if you wanna change the colors a little bit. The intensity, you can always higher it or lower it. It's always to be better to put it like around 3, like around 3. And then the factors, you don't really need to move it unless you want to experiment with this and make it kind of random. This, now we can also see overlay, and then there's screen. That's what screen does. It's more bright, and this is just multiply, and this is normal. So I would rather go with overlay, and then we're gonna add something else. So now we're gonna add another material. The other material is gonna be the the outline. Okay, thank you. How did it know I was going to use outline? I don't think I was. So it's outline. So you click on outline, and from here the outline is going to be on top, but we want to make this overlay so that it looks like that. Yes, perfect. And now we're going to go to overlay and make this a little less. So we're going to put it at 1. We can put it at 1.2. 1.2 sounds good. And then the threshold, we can leave it at 0.5. no, 0.3, sorry. Bam, there we go. It's a little sharp, so we can look at it. That right there. Smoothness, you can, you don't need to move this, but if you want to, you can just put it at 1. It makes it, basically makes the outline go outside a little bit more, but I don't like that, so I rather just put it at 0.3. So there we go. You can always experiment, and you can always like change it up to screen. I only like it when it's something bright. Multiply, it's multiplying it everywhere, and of course normal, but of course we're gonna go with overlay. And as you see now, the image is looking pretty good. And we can always go back and change it. So we say, you know what, this could have been sharper. So we go back, and then we can change it over. And then we can make it this, we can extend this a little bit. And even add another vector image, another vertices here if we want. And we're gonna go back and switch it over. So we can make it a little better. Okay, so let's see, awesome. And then we can move it a little bit in, just where the black part is. There we go. It looks a little better. I love it. I like how that looks, even though it looks a little like it's not perfect. That's how I actually like it, because it has that little originality to it. So no one can tell me it's copyright. So other than that, that's how you add some material to it. If I want to add, let me see. I want to add a little, where is it? Gradients. Gradient is really good. Let me see. Let me add some glass, because glass looks awesome. So glass, we're gonna move a little down right here, and what it's gonna basically do is turn it into glass, as you see. If we take away the image from the background, you can't see it because it's glass. So that's why with glass we're gonna have to use it as an overlay, so that you can have that glassy material and you can move it around how you see is best. But I'd rather have it underneath all the other colors, because it's gonna dominate the others. It's gonna make it look really bad. It depends if you're like literally making a glass color, but from here we just can experiment with what it is. But we're just gonna go with overlay. You go with option and see how it looks like a glass. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to glass, and the blur we're gonna add it to 30, because the more blur, the more it's kind of gonna have like a little fogginess to it. The more fogginess. The thickness is like if you add thicker glass, then it's gonna have less of a, let's see, yeah, like that. It's gonna have less of a like a see-through. It's how see-through it is. So now it's less see-through. We can always change anything, and we can even make this brighter. We can make rays go around it, and so on and so forth. But this is what I was wanting. And so let's go back to the image, and bam, we have the name of Yahuah with the Yod here. And for here we just need to do one of these so that we can just duplicate it, and we can just duplicate it over to this one. So let's go back. So we're gonna go back to vector, and right here what you want to do is already finish it. So there you go, it's finished. I'm so sorry, I didn't mention that. You have to go to the beginning. Once you're in the end of where you're gonna finish it, you're gonna have to click on the other one, and that's already finished. But first, let's go to this material. We're gonna go to these 4 dots and we're gonna add. We're gonna name this material Yahuah. So I guess it changed, it's saved like that. There you go. That's the material. And of course it's already finished for this one. Now let's go to the other side. So this is basically also like a part Illustrator. It's part Illustrator, but it's also 3D animation at the same time. It's amazing. So first let's start from the bottom. Go here. Oh, sorry. We're gonna have to add another vector image. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that one out, and we're gonna create a new one. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna create a new one. My bad. So we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go there, because this was gonna round. We're gonna go here because this seems like a little ending right there. We're gonna go here, and then to this one, this one, this one, and this one, so we can round this part right here in this corner. Get this corner right here. Get this one, this one, this one. Get this end right there, and get this one, and let's see here. Now I'm gonna have to picture it where it is, man. Okay, that's pretty easy. So now I'm gonna photographic memory it. Now I'm gonna go here, bam, boom, boom, boom. And then you just click on the unseen again, and then you just go here, bam. We got it. And we got it there. We got it here, here, here. Then we go back to unsee it, and then go here. It's a little curved right there. And see, we're doing it without having to actually turn it on. We know what it looks like. And then you just go back here and connect it. And we turn it on, and boom. See? Oh, it looks so good. Just kidding. We have to fix it. So now we have to go here, go to the beginning. We have to just align it first to the endings. One here, here. Move this one a little bit to the corner. Get this one a little bit here. Get this one a little here. Get this one here. Bam. And boom. And then from there we're going to use the path tool. So this one's the one that we need to fix. So it's going to go this way. And yeah, it's fixed. Fix this one too. Make it a little chubby. From here we get this one too, and we make that a little bigger, fatter. There we go. Okay. Now this one is going to be like this. Bam. Matching it a little bit here and there. This is why it's so easy to just go in and get an image and get the form that it looks like. It's a lot way easier. You can do anything with this. You can trace someone's face and make it 3D too. Just have to make the nose and the parts and stuff. Okay, there we go. And bam. This one's the one we're gonna have to make round. Perfect. That's all we need to do for that one. This one's the one that we're gonna have to make round. And there we go. And this one a little bit too. You can even erase one of the vertices if you want, but I already made them, so it's fine. Oh, wrong direction. There we go. And now go to this one, extend this one, make it a little sharper. There we go. Then we get the other one. And then the most important one is this one, make it round. And then we just move this one over here, right there. This one here, that one there. And voila. Perfect. So now we created another 3D image. Of course, this one, it looks a little weird. Let me fix it here. Bam. Yep, looks good. So we have one, and we just copy this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. Whatever it's on this one. Oh, sorry. Wait, I'm gonna copy this. Copy material, and then you're gonna paste material. Bam. And it's the same thing. It's just because of this, it's looking like this because of the light. But other than that, we can always adjust this, because this is the part that looks kind of weird because of the path here and here. By the way, this is a great skill to learn 3D animation right now. It's really good, especially when you can integrate all of this into your own personal portfolios or websites. There we go. And by the way, I love Spline. Though I'm not being sponsored by them, it's a really good product. It's a really good program. You can do so much with it. Okay, make this a little round. There we go. And of course, this one's 1D basically right now, 2D. So what we need to do is copy these subdivisions and then just move them over here. So we're just gonna go over here and put this as 10, extrude is 8, bevel is 1, sorry, that's 1.5, 0.5, right? Yes, 0.5. We're probably gonna have to make it even less, because this one has more polygons. It looks good already even then. So the reason it looks like this is because it's reflecting the image on the back. So what we can do is we can move it forward. And to move it forward, we just go first, we shift it to the side, and then we get it from the Z-axis. So here you can either maneuver it up and down with the red. You can go to this one and go to the X-axis. And of course, the Y-axis. See how it's moving right there on the top? So you can make these do anything. So you can just go here and move it forward and align it to this one. The easiest part, of course, is just to go to position and look at the position for this one and look at the position for that one. So what you're just gonna copy basically is gonna be wait, which one is it? This one right here, the Y, the 1, the Z, 1, -1, bam, there we go. Aligned, and so now we have this aligned together. And since this is a repeat of the other one, we're just gonna click Command D, or what is it on the control? On the Mac, it's Command D to duplicate, and we duplicated it. So now we have number 2. So this is going to be the hey 2, and this is hey 1. And so we're going to get hey 2, and we're just going to get it from the X-axis, see, like it's moving the X, and just going to roll it over, and bam, there we go. Awesome. So now that is looking amazing. That looks so good. And now we're going to do the last one. This one looks pretty easy. Imagine it's going to be the hardest. But usually this one is a little different. They made it a little bit more modernized, I guess. Because it's really, really long. Like the way it's done. It's like either they make it like a Y, like literally like a Y, or they make this really long and then this kind of like weirdly. It's so weird. Or they make that one in the middle kind of big. So let's see. So now we're going to go and deselect whatever we selected, which we did. We're going to click on vector again, and then we're going to go here, boom, boom. They're going to do this one a little quicker. Don't worry if it's round, we can always fix this. And of course you can always deselect or just make it hidden and just do this real quick. Bum, 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 boom. Get it there and finished. So now we can still leave it like this. We don't need to see the animation. So all we need to do is make it round. There we go. Selecting tool. Move it here. Move it there. And then from here we go back to the bending tool. Make this round, and there we go. Make this one round. Adjust this. Oh, the wrong way, bro. Wrong way, brother. Hold on. Select this one, not the other one. Okay. Now I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. Actually, we shouldn't even adjust that. Let's move this rather. There you go. And this one's the one that we're just gonna move a little bit here. There we go. From here, right around this. Oh wait, select this. Get that. Get this a little bit into the other side. Make it round. Doesn't look right. I did it the wrong side. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see the problem. There we go. Go over here. And then we move it here and here and just continue to adjust this. Go down. There we go. Then get this one, make it roundish. Get this one, get it round. There we go. This one is too sharp. Make it fit. This one's a little sharper. There we go. Basically what we're doing here is just making it round. Making it fit. We could even delete this one here. We don't need this one. That's fine. Let's have it here. Move this one around to here. There we go. Now it's adjusted. So we're going to make this a little thinner. Let's get this one. Okay. And we're going to move these. So these are a little fat. As you can see right here, it's going all the way around. And we're just going to maneuver this line over there. And we can just place a vertex right here. Make that a little better. Like this, go this way. Getting this one and adjusting that part. Getting it to be this way. Bam. There we go. You're just doing little minor adjustments here because we want it to be almost perfect. And so here we're just trying to round these a little bit. There we go. Make this round right there. You can always go a little zoomed in more, and you can see a little bit more how it's gonna look. This one's a little twisted. There we go. And then we just go here, and then we make this one smaller. There we go. Zoom out, and everything looks good. Now we can turn on the visibility, and yes, it does look kind of crooked. So now that we're seeing it from here, we can see that it does look like this part right here is not shaped properly. So we go back into this part, missed it. That's why we should go structure by structure. So disorganized. And just round these. That's it. That's all we need to do. There we go. And of course you right click this. Oh, sorry. And from here, wait, we can just right click it from here. It's a lot easier. Oh, my bad. And copy material, and you paste material here. There we go. That looks beautiful. I kind of remember what we added. So this is going to be 10 subdivision. We're going to add, what, 8 to extrude? Yeah, it's 8. Awesome. So these are made already. And we're going to go and turn it around, and we're going to move this one forward. So we could always push them back, but since we're already here, this is going to be the wow. Awesome. And we're going to go and get this and maneuver it. So now we're going to move it forward. Bam. We're going to align this one as well. And we're going to make all of them aligned so that they're all aligned together. And then we just can go back to resets. We can delete the image. And we have a 3D Yahuah name here. and you say, why does this one look weird? Well, because this one, to the gradients, I added how it's separated a little bit. But let me see here. We can always go to the material, and all of these have the same material. So we can go to this one because it's the closest to the material in depths, and it's because of this. It's making it go that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way this way with the black, with this side right here, make it go this far. And this one I'm going to bring it closer here. And I know it looks weird, but hold on, bear with me. And then from this I'm going to go all the way to the end, and this one all the way to the end. And then we can change this to even a where is it? This is the point of origin, so we need to go this way. Okay. And we go to that. And this is going to be the direction. So we can even make it go radial, and radial is going to look really good. But this one looks a little too dark. So, we can always erase it, but we don't want to. We want to go try hard. So we're going to use, we're going to go linear, and go linear here, and we're going to go to the direction again, and move it to this place right here. And then just make it this a little, go a little over here. There we go. Awesome. You can always add other colors here. So if you want to add another color, you would want to do it right here. So you can add different colors. You can make it like go this color as well, and it's going to use different types of colors. You can even make it transparent so that it doesn't really go with the scene. But let's go back to the other one, and there we have it. We have purple color here. What we're going to do now is we're going to get all of them. So we're going to just get all of them like that. What we're going to do is go here and right click or to click with your mouse, and we're going to go into group selection. So this is going to be Command G. I don't know which one it is in Apple and in Windows, I'm sorry. So there we go, we created a group, and this is just going to be Yahuah. Bam. So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to make this pop. So we're just going to go in, reset again, and just go to the group. We're going to create a state. So we're going to go to plus state. So this is the base state, which is the original state, and this is state number 2. I know it says number 1, but it's number 2, guys, okay? Just know. So we're going to go and we're going to leave the original how it is, because this is the original, right? We're going to go to this one. We're going to go to scale, and we're going to lock it. What it does is locks the X, Y, and Z. So then we're going to scale it a little bit more. Bam. So this is going to be state 1, state 2. So now we're going to add the events. So we're going to go to the events, and we're going to add a hover, mouse hover. And we're going to add a transition effect. And the transition effect is going to transition it. The dogs, fighting over dog stuff. This we're going to put over here in state, and we're going to use the springy. This right here is really good. Linear, you usually you would always want to use linear, but I love springy, especially for these kinds of animations. And we're only going to have a 1 second delay. There we go. 1 second, no delay. Sorry, no delays. This is just going to be the how long the duration is going to last compared to how it's going to go, or if you want it to loop, like just kind of bop. So what we're going to do now is that's ready. We created the state of hover. We're going to go to. You can always go to export and update URL and share with your friends. And you go here at this, and then when you hover, look at that. Look at that. Every time you hover, it's going to do that. Boom, boom, boom. And then what we want to do, because we want it to also orbit. Yes, and we're going to have to orbit, and then we update that. And then what we want is now to create a new camera. So we're going to add a plus camera. Now that we have the animation we want, we're going to go here and use our own camera, because we don't want to use the default camera. We're going to use this one. Bam. So now this is how it's going to look. So the camera is very important. We're going to use perspective view. No, yeah, let's go with this one. Usually you always want to use perspective view, where your perspective is. If you go that way, you're going to use this camera, and then you can just zoom it in. That's perspective. So you just adjust it how you want it, and now it's going to get the camera's hover effect, see? And so now it's hovering with the camera. You can always make it smaller, and there we go. The name is going to follow you where you go. And of course, this is too fast. If you noticed, we're going to go back to here and go to the events, and we're going to go to the delay. We're going to make it like a 1 second delay. And from there, we're going to go back here. Never mind. Don't do the delay. We're going to go here and switch that over to, we can always switch it over to linear. I just love spring though. It's always default. But linear, you can make it into like 3 seconds. So let's change that. Delay, delete it. No delay. I was trying that out. And then now we go here. And now it's just going to be a little softer now. It doesn't have the springiness anymore. But I love the springiness one. This one I love the most. So either way, I'm going to go back and put the springy, because I just love how it looks. You can always change this up at the damping 20. And then now it's going to be hovering with the mouse. And that is how you create that. If you want to share with your family, your friends, what you created, you just update it. Of course, you can always optimize it first. It's going to run tests, but this one's good. You're going to get this, copy it, and it's going to take you to the web browser. So there it is. People can see it and be like, hey, look at what I created. And that's how you create the name of Yahuah in 3D Spline from scratch. And with this, you're pretty much able to do almost anything now, right? But not really, because it's really difficult once you have to get more in depth into stuff. But I just wanted to go over it, and you can always practice. You can even shift it around, move it in base state. You can put it over here, and then it can go over there. And then when you do that, it does this. It shifts around. It just depends on what you want to play with. But I want to go back, and we have created an animation vector in 3D Spline, and this is basically one of the more in-depth tutorials in Spline that will teach you the basics of what you need to know. But you know, it doesn't go into the lighting or anything like that, but lighting basically reflects on everything, or on wherever you're going to put the light on. So you see how the directional light is right here. You can always shift it over. We go into isometric view, and then it's going to reflect wherever it is. So the directional light is pointing here, and then it's going to point down. So we're going to make it point down. There we go. So it's pointing into the text. So then when we go back into the text, see, that's why we had to go back into personal camera, so we won't switch it up. But either way, that's how you create that, guys. If this was useful for you, if this is going to help you do anything, you know, here you can go to export. I forgot to mention, you can get this, you can create images, you can create a JPEG with this, and you can share it in, make a, I don't know, some sort of you know, like background avatar. You know, you can make it all of this from scratch, and you can add a background of like some scenery on the back. And just like how we did with the, you know, the picture on the back, you can add that background. You can add different background effects to it, and you can even get a video recording from it. You can create 3D formats. So this one's really good 3D formats, and you can go edit it into the other bigger software, where you can integrate that into bigger servers like 3GS. And then you can just also save this, so you can also share it with people who, you know, would want this. And that is the name of Yahuah, guys, in 3D. I pray this did help you, and that it was very beneficial for you. I know it was a little long, but you know, we stuck through it. So other than that, I mean, go ahead and leave a comment and something you would like me to do, to show you any questions in regard to the animation. Just put it in the comment section. I'm right here. And if I see it, I'm gonna be like, you know what, let me make a tutorial on that specific thing so I can solve it, because I've had the biggest headache doing this stuff. And always name it. Always name your stuff, guys. Don't be like me. I know it's very late, but it's crazy. I shouldn't have done that. So enter. And if you want to know anything more, you know, I've created many other animations, and I've used these for my website, for the things that I do. And this is basically what I've created from scratch. And you know, it's basically more information on this. You know, there's a ton of stuff. It is a little difficult learning curve at the beginning, but it's not as difficult as Blender, and it's not as easy as Cinema 4D. But other than that, I mean, it's really good to start off, and it's awesome. It has so much features into it, and I would recommend getting the upgrade always because it's awesome. So other than that, I mean, go ahead, you know, if this was beneficial for you, subscribe, leave a comment in what you would like to see me do. And other than that, shalom, shalom, take care, and be sure to like, or if you don't like it, go ahead and like it either way. Take care, shalom, bye. Smile.